guide you through that, especially like a professional. Is the situation repairable? One thing I've learned though too is, you know, we have our own set of standards, and sometimes when it's challenged, you might have to think about whether or not to move forward expeditiously. And the last thing in life, you know, like I've talked about in my other video, was what can you learn from it? Because everything is a lesson and a blessing. And the main thing is to learn the lessons. What? And then see what you got out of that. Because just because something may not work out, you know, after you forgive and you decide to walk off and let that person go, you know, like that movie or that song, should I stay or should I go? You may not like that person, you know, you might not want to stay. So if you choose not to stay, or whether you stay, you know, what did you learn out of it? What did you gain out of it? If somebody comes to you humbly, you know, especially if it's a cheating situation, Lord Jesus, I just don't even want to talk about that part, because that's you know, it's a devastation to anybody. But like, but if it's something that catastrophic, then I would just say you have to really look deep inside yourself to know whether or not this is a forgivable thing, and then can you work through it? And then if you do need to work through it, do you need some time apart to be able to go through a healing process on your own and then reintegrate with your partner? Or if you could sit there and then look at the person every day, and then, you know, my thing is, if I'm betrayed, I can't even look at the person. So that's like a dead giveaway. That it's just, it's going to be time to go, you know. And I've tried to play that game before, where it's like, try to stay because you're married. And all I did was waste time, because I knew in my heart that I tried to pray, I tried to go to church, everything. It just, no, it was not me. It was just not me. And I could forgive, but I just couldn't stay in the situation. So, so everybody's different though. Some people like to work through it. I mean, I know people who've been married and they've had one indiscretion or two, and they stayed married 40, 50 years. And they chose to work through it and to keep going and to keep working on that part of their marriage to, you know, make sure, you know, that. And I met some where they're so bitter. Oh my gosh, I might be trying to kill each other. You might as well let that one go if you got to be that disappointed. Trying to murder him. You did that way back in 1962. But why did you stay with him if you're going to hurt him all the time? but everybody's different, so it was cute. My thing is, whenever I see a couple that's been married 50, 60 years, it's just a beautiful thing. I don't care if they're acting like little kids at the table arguing, or if they're just in bliss, or if they're just sitting there staring and not even talking to each other. It's like I think they got a telepathic thing going on when you stay married that long, where you can just sit, don't say anything, and you're both actually communicating. It's the prettiest thing I've seen, like two souls brought together by God, and they could communicate. It's like your partner when you finish sentences, you know. So, but anyway, the strategy that I like to see is, should I stay or should I go? And the way I like to look at any strategy in life, especially in forgiveness, is like a chess piece, you know. We play the game of chess. Life is chess, you know. You have your opponent on the opposite side, and then they're making their own moves. And these are people we encounter. So while they're over there making their own move, we have our side, our side of the game. We're removing our chess pieces, and every time we move, it's either going to show rewards or consequences to our decision. So if I go left, you know, I forgot the horse. The horse goes, I think it goes straight and then sideways, right? So it's like, it goes, you know, but you can move your pieces back too. So it's like, should I need to retract that and then re-examine this whole thing and then take a different type of approach, or move to a different part of the game, and then, you know, to not get my piece taken off the board, you know, or to become somebody's karma, you know, so I can take their piece, you know, I might be their karma, they might be my karma, so, or like my lesson, you know, or blessing, you know, and I might be their lesson or their blessing, so that's like a cute little metaphor I just thought about the chess piece. But anyway, I think that's it. I think we went through it. And that's it. The strategy of how we move forward, how we move on. Like, you got to be able to decide, do they stay? Should they go? What lessons are you going to take from that? Which boundaries are you going to set up? Are you going to allow them to stay in your life? And if they do, what is that going to look like for you? And what is that going to look like for them? But one thing I learned is communication is a good thing, you know. But making sure the respect is there, that's definitely key, because you can be flawed all day long, but if somebody has no respect for you, then that's just, I don't know, it's just not something I think that's a good thing. So anyway, God bless you. I hope I did something, because I was all over the place. I actually got tired while I was talking, and then I'm really sleepy. But forgiveness is key. Now I could tell you, okay, so I'll tell you one thing, okay, so I was in Iraq, and I'm not saying any names, you know, I saw this guy as like a bully, right? And one day I just got pissed, you know, because I was like, enough is enough. So, you know, he was sitting down, and I went, you know, to the back of the ice box, because, you know, it's so hot out there. We have to keep they keep our water frozen. So I went and grabbed water, and because I know I can't throw worth of crap, I stood back, and I was like, I took my M16 and put it towards the back, because I was like, because as soon as I launch this bottle at his face, he's gonna get up and he's gonna stomp me down. And during that time, I was like 100, maybe 124 pounds. So I was, you know, tiny little thing. But anyway, I was like, and I was calculating when I walked over. I was like, am I too far? Or I'm not far enough. So anyway, I was just so angry, and I heard the word B. So when I heard the B, when I went by, that's what set me off. So, you know, I got close to him. I strapped my weapon, you know, to the back, because I knew as soon as I launch it, he's going to come after me, and you know, we just got to see how it goes. But I was praying, like, Lord, please let these other soldiers get to him before he gets to me, because he's about to get up and kick my butt so bad. So anyway, I launched the thing forward and hit him pretty bad in his jaw, because although I can't throw, far as like I could throw, but I was super strong. I was strong too, you know. So I hurt him, and I didn't know that, because as soon as I did it, he got up out, you know, off the curb, and then, you know, obviously other soldiers pulled him, and then I kept going, and then next thing I know, you know, they had us line up, and I saw that actually hurt him, you know, and, you know, we were, you know, all at parade rest, and I was looking over at him, he was looking over at me, and I was looking straight, and it's almost as if they knew I did it, but nobody said anything, and I didn't say anything, because I was looking at him like, you gonna give me up? Because, you know, as soon as this happens, you know, I might get in trouble. I'll be cleaning the floors forever. We're having an Article 15 or something crazy. So so we all walked away, and then he came to me 3 weeks or just later in Iraq. Time is just it's crazy. So so he came to my workspace, and I was inside my container working, and I was in there by myself. So I was like, and there's only one way in the door and one way out, and then, you know, you have your AC unit in the back, and then I have my computer, and then you know, working in a stockyard. So, man, he was large enough to cover the door. So I was like, oh God, I don't have any backup. I can't fight. He's gonna kick my ass. He's about to whoop me up, you know. So anyway, he just, you know, I won't say my last name, but he pretty much called my name, and I was like, you know, yeah, and he was like, I wasn't calling you a B. I said you were acting like a B. So you know how you get that little strength, and you like, well, you shouldn't have said that. That's not cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I tell him you're a bully. You know, I tell him what I thought and what I felt and how I felt. And we put the we resolved that issue that day. But it's just the power of forgiveness. But I think anytime you're in a war zone, any type of thing where you just stressed out, you ready to go home, you have issues. It's like brothers and sisters, and then you get angry, and then after the anger subsides, then you kind of got to let the situation go. So I think that's where we stood, but we let it go. And yeah, so I don't know why I shared that, but that was like when I was thinking of forgiveness, that just came to my mind, and I was like, I remember that incident, and that was that. So no bad blood on both sides, so that was cool. I'm done. I'm tired, exhausted. I feel that way. Okay. Have a great, I think it's Labor Day today. Yep, it's Labor Day. Oh, my son confirmed. All right, have a great Labor Day weekend, or Labor Day, no longer the weekend. And stay blessed, and if you have any strategies, just share it. I like people. I like different perspectives. That's why I called it Perspectives.